Hello and welcome. I'm DDF Racer and it's the end of 2021 already. For the last few years I've made a special recap video at the end of the year which goes through all the highlights and all the best bits from whatever happened in the previous 12 months, but to be honest, this year has been a little bit crazy for me, especially at the end, and I just haven't had time to make a fancy video this year, so apologies for that, but I still wanted to do something, so I thought I'd switch the camera on, say hi and have a quick chat and do it that way. So apologies for no fancy roundup video, but yeah, I thought I'd do this instead. And first of all, I just wanted to say a massive thank you to everybody who's supported the channel this year, whether you're a channel member, whether you've hung out on Discord while I've been doing practice laps, whether you've been tech support in the endless technical problems I've had this year, whether you're a moderator on the live chat or Discord trying to keep some form of law and order, if you've joined one of the community events that I've hosted, if you've sent me a freebie in the post, if you've donated live on stream, even if you've liked, commented, subscribed, or literally just watched and lurked in the background, seriously, thank you. You make it possible for me to do this and to be able to drive virtual cars on virtual tracks in a ridiculous virtual reality headset, especially those of you who decided to all put in together for a rather sneaky secret wedding present back in April, which was literally an entire new PC. I still can't quite get over that. That's just ridiculous. Thank you. And also a big shout out to Simon for getting the community together and putting together that secret wedding video for me as well, where pretty much everybody wish me all the best for the future. I'm not gonna lie, when I saw that, I may have had a little bit of a cry. Honestly, I am so incredibly grateful to be surrounded by such an awesome community of friendly, like-minded sim racers, and I mean that in the truest sense of the phrase. I've made so many new friends through sim racing, and I've done so many new things that I never would have dreamed of at the start of the year, so whether you've been here since day one, or whether you've just joined here in the last few months, it's great to have you. I hope you're enjoying the journey just as much as I am. That said, I have been taking it easy over the past few weeks and spending some time away from YouTube and sim racing in general, and I may continue to do so for a few more weeks as well. The last month or so has been a little bit difficult, I'm not going to lie. I mean, Thermalito, the community event, was such an amazing experience and I thoroughly enjoyed it, thoroughly loved it, but it did take a lot of effort to organise and a lot of energy. And then follow that up immediately with that Automobilista 2 review video that I released, literally as 1.3 came out. Yeah, that was a bit of a kick in the guts when I had to take that video down after spending so long working on it. It took a lot to find the motivation to redo that video, but I am glad I've done it now. I am glad that that's finished. On top of that though, having the random crash to desktop issues in Raceroom, which I still haven't been able to fix, by the way, I don't know what's going on there. Yeah, that booted me out of several races live on stream and just added to the frustrations. And then to top it all off, the completely unforeseen internet issues which absolutely messed up the ACC 12-hour Silverstone race that I did, that I spent a lot of time prepping for as well. Yeah, that was the final straw, really. I just had to have a little bit of a break. I had to just step away, take some time away from sim racing and YouTube, and spend the Christmas break with friends and family and just get my mental health in order, really. It felt like everything I was trying, whether it was Raceroom, ACC, Automobilista 2, Assetto Corsa, any kind of video or stream or idea I had for the channel, it just didn't work in December. And I just kept on getting beaten down with a big stick saying, no DDF, you won't do that. So yeah, apologies for being a little bit quiet on the channel, guys. That said though, it doesn't reflect on the year as a whole. I mean, this year has been ridiculous. It's been incredible. It's been absolutely overwhelming at times. In terms of sheer numbers, the channel has doubled in subscribers and watch time. But for me personally, being the DDF Racer YouTube channel is so much more than just numbers. It's all about experiences, and I've had so many awesome experiences this year. I finally got to spend quite a bit of time in iRacing after being on the fence for years, working my way through the licenses towards the start of the year, and ultimately peaking in that Bathurst 12-hour race that I did for Zancho, driving alongside Aidan Millwood and Matt Webb. That ridiculous 12-hour race shouldn't have stayed up to 5 in the morning, but there was no way I was going to leave that one when my teammates were driving. Started 47th, finished in the 3rd, and we got that final podium spot with less than 20 minutes to go right at the end of the race. That was just insane. That is a memory that is going to stick with me for a very long time. And I do want to get back into iRacing, by the way. I just need to try and find some time for it, so keep your eyes out for that. I will be getting back into iRacing next year. Speaking of Enduros, though, the rFactor 2 love-hate relationship was definitely in full effect in 2021, driving in the Virtual Endurance Championship for Speedy Might. Honestly, I had the absolute best time hanging out with those guys, sharing the car with Yele, very important potato, Laz, Ben, and Ozzy. All of the practice, all of the setup work, just, it was amazing. It was such a great experience to be part of that team, even if the races themselves didn't exactly go to plan. The Le Mans 24 Hours is the one that hits particularly hard, and I'm sure a few of you remember that as well. Basically, I put an entire month aside to practice for that race, my first ever 24-hour race, and woke up in the morning here in Australia, ready to go, ready to jump in the car and do the European night shift, and there was no car. They'd binned it, so I didn't even get to drive a single lap in the race, which hurt a lot. It doesn't take away from the experience as a whole, though, because like I said, I had such a good time prepping for it and hanging out with the team, but yeah, that one hurt. That one really hurt. But hopefully, fingers crossed, they can keep a fourth driver seat spare for me in 2022, and I can give it another go, because I feel like I've got massive unfinished business with rFactor 2 and Enduros in general. I also really enjoyed getting back into Dirt Rally 2.0 as well. Thanks again to Olaf for hosting his community championship, and thank you to everybody for joining in as well. It was a bit of a slow start back in January, February, but throughout the course of the year, more and more people got involved, and it was just epic. It was just something different, a nice change of pace, and yeah, it was great to do rally again after doing circuit racing for a few years. Some epic battles in that, notably with Brody, who I was backwards and forwards with all year and missed out after an entire year's worth of riding by 2.5 seconds. That was... couldn't get closer than that, but honestly, that was so much fun. And speaking of battling with Brody, that was a recurring theme on the channel this year, especially over in Race Room. I just can't seem to get away from him, and no matter what circumstances we're in, what race we're driving, what cars we're in, it always seems that he sneaks up on me on the last lap, or in the case of this rally, the last stage. But in Race Room, yeah, whether it was Tuesday Thunder or ranked racing on the official Race Room servers, it just... he always had a habit of making that last lap or those last few laps quite spicy, whether I wanted them to be or not. Sad news though, Brody has got himself another evening job and won't be around much to race from now on in the usual time slots, so I am kind of sad that he's gone. I'm absolutely made up for him that he's obviously got that job, but yeah, I'm gonna miss Brody. It's gonna be a little bit different without him moving forwards. But the rest of the AusNZ sim racing community is still there and going as strong as ever. JB, Lockie, Rangy, Damo, Matt, and probably a whole stack of other people that I've not even mentioned. Thank you. Thank you for making all of my streams week in, week out, whether it was Tuesday Thunder, whether it was the one-off special events or Race Room Ranked. Just epic stuff, guys. Thank you. Thank you for making it so much fun this year. It's been great to spend another year with you, my second year with AusNZ Sim Racing now, and I can't wait to see what the future holds for you guys as well. I've had such a great time racing against you and with you. Far too many battles to mention or to even pick out a top 5 or a top 10, but if you guys want to go and have a look through those battles, you can catch every single race I've done with them on my playlist section on my channel. So if you have some spare time, feel free to go and check out my Tuesday Thunder and Race Room Ranked playlists. Some absolute crackers in there. And speaking of communities, it was also great to be able to spend some time with North America Race Room this year as well. Finally getting to do some races with the guys across the pond, or for me here in Australia, across the even bigger pond, I guess. But yeah, made some new friends, had some great races with you guys as well, and I can't wait to do some of your special Automobilista 2 one-off events next year as well. I know you've got a few rather exciting ones in the pipeline. In January we're going to be doing the Daytona 2.4 hours with GTEs and DPIs, and I think in February we're going to be doing Kart IndyCar at Adelaide, which is... I can't wait for that. Yeah, so I'll see you guys there. Going back to Race Room though for a moment, I just want to give those guys a big shout out as well. It wasn't easy at times with the ranked server disconnects, but credit where credit's due. They fixed it pretty quickly once we kicked up a bit of a stink about it, it must be said, but yeah, being able to race on Australian servers with fellow Australians on the Racing Rank servers was pretty epic. And Raceroom also gave me early access to the big June update with all of the new force feedback tweaks. They also gave me my own official Raceroom ranked server for a week as a featured racer. By the way, that DTM 2020 combo at Watkins Glen was superb. I'd love to do that again soon. And also all of the countless giveaway codes that they handed over to me to give away on my Raceroom ranked streams. Just thank you. That was very generous of you. JF, Rob, Georg, Captain Coffee, Alex, and the rest of the team, thank you. Thank you for making Raceroom so special for me in 2021. I genuinely can't wait to see what you guys have got in the pipeline. Another big highlight of the year for me was also being able to race against my dad. Now, a little bit of context. I'm originally from the UK, but I moved over to Australia about 6 years ago so I could be with Mrs. DDF. Due to the whole COVID thing, though, I haven't seen any of my UK friends or family for years now. And yeah, it's a bit sad. I mean, they couldn't even make it out to my wedding in April this year, so yeah, I miss them. I do miss them a lot. Now, my dad's always been into racing games, flight sims as well, all that kind of stuff. And this year he started to pick up Raceroom, racing with a group called SCB. Got himself a controller, got online, and he even joined in some AusNZ races with the, with the time difference, Props to him for waking up early in the morning, and also on the Raceroom ranked servers as well, and that was amazing. But it really peaked when he challenged me to a one-on-one battle at the Nordschleife in a KTM GT4 on a controller. Yep, that's right, ditched my wheel, fought him on equal terms on his controller, and I'm not going to spoil that for you in case you guys haven't seen that video yet. I would thoroughly recommend checking it out. That was just an epic highlight for me. But to answer your questions, no, I haven't bought him a wheel yet. There's no space for it in the house in the UK. There's nowhere to mount it. The computer itself folds down and packs away because it's on the dinner table, and there's just no space for it. But yes, I did get him a new controller for Christmas, so yeah, there you go. Speaking of upgrades, I've had a few big ones myself this year. Not to mention the whole new PC that I talked about earlier as the wedding gift, and again, thank you so much, guys, for clubbing together for that. That was... that's insane. But I also got myself a brand new 3080 graphics card. Not by choice, though, really. I would have kept on running with my old 1080 for a lot longer had it not started to melt and throw artifacts and crash all the time. So, yeah, would much prefer to have the few $1,000s in my pocket still. But hey, everything looks nice and shiny now. And also the brand new Sony ZV-1 webcam that I'm... Well, it's not really a webcam, actually. It's a professional camera. I should probably use it more in that capacity. But yeah, the brand new webcam as well. And probably the big one, the one that's really obvious, is this, the Fanatec CSL DD. After spending 15 years on Logitech wheels, I finally jumped and made the upgrade this year and have absolutely no regrets whatsoever. I know a lot of people ask me, hey, are you still enjoying the Fanatec CSL DD? 100% yes. Every time I get into the car, especially in high-speed corners in an aero car where it loads up, just going through the corners and the wheel gets heavy and you can feel the bumps, I just can't help but grin my face off. It's just so good. And after 4 months, 5 months, it's still, the novelty's not worn off. It's still not got old. I can't even get my words out. That's how excited I am about this thing. But yeah, that was one hell of an upgrade this year. And the video itself doesn't seem to get old either. I know that a lot of people still watch that every day. I think it's actually my most popular video on the channel now. So if you are one of the many people who has found my channel and found my content through my Fanatec CSL DD wheel, then hello and welcome. Big thanks to Lani Thompson for the free wheel rim, by the way. Incredibly generous of you, man. That has come in so useful, especially the classic cars and the rally videos. I'm loving it, mate. I'm taking good care of it for you, and I hope you're taking care of yourself as well. I hope you're on the mend and on the road to recovery. All of your help this year has been outstanding, Lani. Seriously, not just the wheel itself, but all of the unspoken stuff behind the scenes, all of the help that you've given me in keeping the channel running this year. It is massively appreciated. Thank you, Lani. And thank you to Ed Engineer as well for the magnificent button box that I've used in every single race since the Macau GT3s. Was that February or something? I don't know. Not the recent one with Rangy where, yeah, there was a bit of a coming together, but no, the first time we did GT3s. So that, yeah. I wonder where Ed is, by the way. I haven't heard of Ed for a while. Maybe he's still on his boat out in the Pacific somewhere on the party yacht. I don't know. If you're watching, Ed, hey mate, check in with us again sometime soon. Please let us know you're alive. Oh, and also thank you to JB as well for the old phone that he donated to me, which is the pedal cam that you see all of my socks and weird designs and all that kind of stuff on every race that I do as well. So shout out to JB for that. Oh, and of course the Ansei 3D printed Logitech wheel, which obviously I'm not using a Logitech wheel anymore, has it's been relegated to a wall decoration. Yep, you can see it in the back there. But yeah, actually quite a few freebies this year now that I think about it. Yeah, very grateful, very grateful. Like I said at the start of the video, so many things have happened this year that I just wouldn't have imagined happening. I kind of feel like a relative pro at this whole YouTube sim racing thing now. People are sending me stuff. It's crazy. Oh, and by the way, if you're wondering, no, I haven't started selling merch. This is something that Mrs. DDF got me for Christmas. She got it custom printed, and the best thing about it is it comes in a set of two. That's right, I've been waiting to tell you guys. I've been waiting to say something at some point, but at the end of March, at the start of April 2022, there will be a new teammate on the DDF Racer team. Yeah, little baby girl coming in end of March, start of April. I am so excited, but I am also a little bit terrified at the same time. My life is not going to be the same, that much is for sure, and I know I've spoken to a few people about this and had so much advice back. But yeah, I just wanted to keep you guys in the loop and let you know what was going on as well. Some of you probably guessed, and I know that a few of you have asked in the live streams, and you've asked me over the course of the past 6 months, hey, when's baby DDF on the way? When's Mini Finny on the way? And it's been so hard not to say something, it really has. But yeah, no, I thought I'd, yeah. Matching set, how cool is that? Thank you, Mrs. DDF, for that. But yeah, as you can probably understand, I'm not really making any big plans or lining up a stack of videos and streams on the channel at the moment, because I honestly don't know how my life is going to shake out over the next few months. Things are going to get very busy, and in addition to managing a full-time job, believe it or not, YouTube is not my full-time job, not even close, for those of you who are wondering, but also raising a child. It's going to take a lot of juggling, it's going to take up a lot of free time, and I just genuinely don't know how my routine is going to work and how I'm going to fit in all the work that I currently do on the channel. So I'm just going to have to wait and see how things fall out. So Chris Hay, Matt Malone, if you guys are watching, if you've got any advice on how you guys make it work, I would love to know. Send me a message on Discord and give me your best parenting tips, hey? But that's not to say that I'm backing out of YouTube or going away or anything like that. Obviously, I'm having a bit of a break over Christmas and New Year and just getting my head straight and getting back in the game in 2022. But yeah, I've got so many ideas for videos, for streams, for challenges, for all sorts of community events. I've got so much going on in here, but the limiting factor at the moment very much is time. So yeah, like I said, I'm not going to make any big plans. I'm just going to tackle things as they happen and make the content that I can make with the free time that I have. And that's about it, really, guys. Like I said, I was going to try and keep this video short. It feels like I've only just scratched the surface. So much has happened in 2021. So much that I want to talk about, but and so many things that I haven't even mentioned as well. So many people that I haven't mentioned. There are so many people behind the scenes that make it possible for me to make these videos. And I haven't forgotten you. I love you all. I am truly sorry that I haven't mentioned you or gone through this in the video, but you are massively, massively appreciated, and I just want you guys to know that anybody who has helped out, anybody who has even just watched the video, thank you. You've made it possible for me to live this dream and be a sim racer on YouTube, and you keep on coming back every week, and I can't say thank you enough for that. It's been absolutely mind-blowing, and it's been a little bit overwhelming as well at times, but I've loved every minute of it, even if it didn't quite seem like I was enjoying it at the time. Trust me, I've thoroughly enjoyed 2021, and I can't wait to see what next year brings. Until then, I hope you guys look after yourselves. Thank you again for the support, and I'll see you in the next race, video, stream, video update, challenge, or whatever the hell it's going to be. But until then, guys, yeah, look after yourselves. Thank you for an amazing year. I hope you had one too. Bye bye.